Welcome to our exploration of critical race theory. In this video, we embark on a journey to uncover the complexities and significance of this important framework. Critical race theory, often abbreviated as CRT, is a scholarly movement that examines the intersection of race and law in the United States. It analyzes power relations, systemic inequality, and social justice issues through a focused lens on race and racism. Why is it important to understand critical race theory? CRT invites us to recognize that racism is ingrained in the very fabric of our legal systems and social practices, challenging us to look beyond individual prejudice and towards broader systemic issues. Throughout this video, we will delve into various facets of CRT, from its historical roots to its core principles and practical applications across different fields. By the end, you'll have a deeper understanding of how critical race theory shapes our perspectives on law, education, and public policy. Join us as we unpack the critical insights and transformative potential of critical race theory. As we move forward, you'll see how it all began and the foundational ideas that drive this compelling framework. To truly understand critical race theory, we must first explore its origins. Emerging in the 1970s and 1980s, critical race theory was a response to perceived shortcomings of the civil rights movement. Although significant legal and social advances were achieved, many scholars felt that systemic racism was still deeply embedded in society. This led to a new framework to analyze and challenge racial inequalities. Key figures such as Derek Bell, Kimberly Crenshaw, and Richard Delgado were instrumental in developing CRT. They argued that racism is not just a matter of individual prejudice, but a structural problem rooted in societal policies and laws. Their groundbreaking work laid the foundation for a powerful tool in analyzing power relations and social justice issues. Understanding the historical context is crucial for grasping the necessity and impact of critical race theory. It sheds light on why CRT emerged and how it sought to address the limitations of previous civil rights approaches. Up next, we'll explore the core principles that define critical race theory and its transformative potential. At its core, critical race theory posits that racism is not just individual bias but a systemic issue embedded in laws and policies. Racism, within this framework, is understood as a social construct rather than merely a matter of personal prejudice. It suggests that societal structures maintain and perpetuate racial inequality. One of the key principles of critical race theory is intersectionality. This concept highlights how different forms of discrimination, whether based on race, gender, class, or other factors, intersect and compound each other, creating unique dynamics of power and oppression. Furthermore, critical race theory challenges dominant ideologies by questioning widely accepted norms and beliefs that sustain the status quo. It encourages us to critically examine underlying power dynamics and consider voices and perspectives that are frequently marginalized. By recognizing these core principles, we gain a deeper understanding of how racial inequalities are maintained and what steps might be necessary to dismantle them. As we move forward, you'll see how these principles are applied in various fields and their impact on addressing systemic injustices. Critical race theory delves into the intricate web of power dynamics that shape our society. These dynamics aren't just historical artifacts but active forces that create and sustain structural inequalities. From laws and policies to social norms and institutions, power relations are woven into the fabric of our daily lives. CRT reveals how these forces perpetuate racial disparities, affecting education, housing, employment, and beyond. We'll explore concrete examples that illustrate how power is distributed and maintained, often to the detriment of marginalized communities. By unpacking these relationships, we gain a clearer understanding of the systemic nature of racism and inequality. CRT not only analyzes these power structures but also seeks to dismantle them, pushing for a more just and equitable society. This exploration is crucial for anyone committed to social justice and challenging the status quo. Now, let's delve into the real-world applications of CRT and how it informs policies and practices across various fields. In this segment, we delve into the real-world applications of critical race theory. Across various fields such as education, law, and public policy, CRT provides a transformative lens to tackle systemic racism. In education, CRT informs practices that aim to dismantle barriers to equitable learning opportunities. It encourages the development of curricula that reflect diverse histories and experiences, fostering an inclusive environment for all students. In the legal realm, CRT helps uncover and challenge racial biases embedded within the judicial system. It offers a framework for understanding how laws can perpetuate inequality and for advocating reforms that ensure justice for marginalized communities. When it comes to public policy, CRT serves as a vital tool for crafting policies that address racial disparities. By highlighting historical and contemporary inequities, CRT guides policymakers towards creating more just and equitable societies. As we move forward, you'll see how critical race theory has sparked important dialogues and initiatives aimed at achieving social justice. Stay with us as we explore the challenges and criticisms CRT faces in our next segment. Despite its profound contributions to understanding power and inequality, critical race theory has faced significant criticisms and misconceptions. Some argue that it instills division rather than unity, while others claim it lacks empirical grounding. These criticisms often stem from a misunderstanding of CRT's core principles and objectives. For instance, the belief that CRT asserts all individuals in dominant groups are inherently oppressive is a mischaracterization. In reality, CRT examines how systemic structures perpetuate racial disparities, urging society to address these embedded inequities. Responses to such criticisms emphasize the importance of perspective and context, showcasing how CRT's insights can lead to more equitable outcomes. Experts in the field highlight that dismissing CRT overlooks its value in exposing and challenging persistent inequalities. By addressing these misunderstandings head-on, they aim to foster a nuanced dialogue that focuses on solutions rather than division. As we move forward, you'll see how critical race theory bolsters social justice initiatives, shedding light on its impactful role in shaping a more just society. In understanding the critical intersection between critical race theory and social justice, it's essential to recognize the pivotal role CRT plays. By illuminating systemic inequalities, critical race theory not only highlights the contours of societal injustices but also provides a framework for addressing these deep-seated issues. Consider the numerous social justice initiatives that have directly drawn on CRT principles to advocate for equitable policies and practices. From educational reforms to legislative changes, critical race theory has catalyzed a significant impact, driving forward the agenda of social justice across various sectors. Examples range from local community action groups to large-scale organizational policy shifts, all aiming to dismantle structural racism and promote equality. Through the lens of CRT, we enhance our understanding of how entrenched power dynamics perpetuate disparities and develop more effective strategies to combat them. As we move forward, you'll see additional expert insights and real-world applications, delving deeper into how critical race theory continues to shape the fight for justice and equality. We spoke with leading scholars in critical race theory to gain deeper insights into its impact and future. These experts provide invaluable perspectives on how CRT continues to evolve and address systemic racism. Their insights help us understand the nuanced ways in which power dynamics and structural inequalities play out in various domains. By listening to these voices, we gain a clearer picture of how CRT can be applied to create meaningful change in education, law, and public policy. The experts also offer a forward-looking view, exploring the future directions and potential for CRT to further contribute to social justice movements. As we move forward, you'll see how their insights align with real-world applications, deepening our understanding of critical race theory and its enduring relevance. To recap, critical race theory provides a vital framework for understanding and addressing systemic racism and inequality. Throughout this video, we've explored its origins, examining how it emerged as a response to the inadequacies of the civil rights movement. We've delved into its core principles, highlighting that racism is not merely individual bias but a systemic issue woven into the fabric of our laws and policies. By analyzing power dynamics and structural inequalities, CRT reveals the forces perpetuating racial disparities. We've also seen the practical applications of CRT in fields such as education, law, and public policy. These applications highlight its profound impact on efforts to combat systemic racism. Furthermore, we've discussed the challenges and criticisms that CRT faces, and how it continues to address misconceptions and foster productive dialogues. Finally, we examined the role of critical race theory in advancing social justice initiatives, spotlighting its significant contributions to creating a more equitable society. Experts have provided their insights, reinforcing the relevance and future potential of CRT. As we move forward, consider how the principles of critical race theory can inform and guide our ongoing efforts to achieve social justice and equality for all. As we come to the end of our journey through critical race theory, we hope this exploration has been both enlightening and thought-provoking. Critical race theory serves as a powerful lens to examine and address systemic racism and inequality embedded within our society. Your engagement with this content is just the beginning. We encourage you to delve deeper and continue to learn about these crucial topics. Reflect on how these insights can be applied to your own life and work, challenging dominant paradigms and fostering a more just society. Remember, understanding and addressing issues of power, inequality, and social justice is a collective effort that requires ongoing dedication and action. Thank you for joining us and being a part of this important conversation about critical race theory. Stay engaged, stay informed, and continue to be an advocate for change. To learn more and stay connected with our mission, be sure to follow our updates and join our community of learners and advocates. Together, we can make a difference.